Hello and welcome to Energea's weekly webinar series. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. We hope to provide some education on our platform and explain a bit about how investing in renewable energy projects works here at Energea. This webinar is designed to be a primer on renewable energy investing. We believe in complete transparency here at Energea. So if you have any questions or you would like to dive deeper into our financial modeling, how we select and underwrite projects, or any other questions you might have, please let us know and we can schedule a time to discuss. My name is Tyler Hurlburt and I'm the Director of Investor Relations here at Energea. I've spent the past 20 years working for some of the largest financial institutions in the world. I've spent most of my career working with individuals like you through all areas of financial planning, such as portfolio construction, risk management, and tax and estate planning. I completed my undergrad degree from the University of Connecticut and my MBA from St. Joseph's University in Philadelphia. Over the past several years, I became increasingly frustrated with the limitations on the investments I could and could not recommend to my clients, as well as the lack of any true impact investments available within the retail space. I decided to join Energea in 2020 to better align my values of living and investing more sustainably, and I'm so happy to share with you our mission here today. Energea connects investors to premium renewable energy investments around the globe. These investments provide steady monthly dividend payments, valuable diversification, and both strong financial and environmental returns. We strive to bring an asset class that was once reserved for only the largest, most sophisticated financial institutions to everyone. Our online investment platform makes investing in renewable energy simple and transparent. Let's take a moment to watch a video that shows a bit of the why behind our mission here at Energea.
We are not on track to control global warming before it has a devastating financial, environmental, and human cost. But we can manage our atmosphere in a way that maintains comfortable living conditions on Earth by managing our own greenhouse gas emissions. One of the most vetted sources of climate information is the International Panel on Climate Change. In 2018, close to 40 different climate models from different scientific groups around the world were analyzed to create new data. The newest report states that to limit the effects of global warming to 1.5 degrees above pre-industrial levels, we can't emit more than 580 gigatons of carbon dioxide between now and carbon neutrality. We are already over 1 degree above pre-industrial levels and are emitting 50 gigatons of carbon dioxide every year. We need to reduce those emissions to zero before spending the 580 gigaton budget. Combined, new wind and solar installed in 2018 resulted in an overall carbon reduction of 0.21 gigatons per year. At this rate, we would burn through our 580 gigaton budget by 2031. Many technologies and behaviors will need to work in concert to achieve this daunting objective, but wind and solar energy are the most scalable and immediately available options. To install enough wind and solar energy to offset our carbon emissions before spending our carbon budget, we need to invest 4 times as much in these technologies per year and sustain that investment level through 2045. Using the current cost of renewable projects, it will cost approximately $1.4 trillion globally per year to achieve carbon neutrality in time. Big institutions have promised to increase their investments in renewable energy, and we hope they follow through. But will it be enough? Will it be in time? Do we leave this problem to chance? Independent investors, who wield the majority of American wealth, can choose to address the problem of climate change. Not only are renewable energy investments necessary to protect our climate future, they can be productive investments that help individuals create wealth protect their financial future. Log in and own your piece of a carbon-free world.
Today, we will cover some background around our experience and accomplishments here at Energea. We will also walk you through how we structure deals and what a typical project structure looks like at Energea. We'll spend some time discussing estimated returns and performance, and close with some thoughts on why alternative investments, such as renewable energy, can help build more diversified and resilient portfolios. Energea's co-founders, Mike Silvestrini and Chris Sattler, have vast experience within the renewable energy and power distribution markets and are uniquely qualified to deliver on Energea's mission of democratizing renewable energy investing and delivering best-in-class, top-quartile returns for our investors. Mike and Chris founded two U.S.-based companies, Green Skies and North American Power, which both realized successful exits in 2017. Upon its sale, Green Skies was ranked as the largest commercial and industrial solar developer in the United States, with customers such as Walmart, Target, Home Depot, Amazon, as well as over 1 million residences and small businesses. Together, our team has collectively managed more than $1 billion in more than 16,000 renewable energy projects across 23 states and 3 continents. Upon their sale in 2017, gross revenues between the two firms exceeded $850 million. Energea was founded in 2017 with significant owner's equity from both our co-founders to stand up and build test projects in Africa as well as Brazil and the online investment platform. Our pipeline currently consists of over 150 megawatts of high-quality solar, hydroelectric, and battery storage projects across 3 continents. We've built a team of 24 individuals, a dynamic online investment platform, and sophisticated accounting and reporting infrastructure. Together, we launched the first U.S.-based crowdfunding platform specifically focused on renewable energy investing. The goal at Energea is to connect investors as closely as possible to renewable energy projects without the layers of middlemen typically found within these types of investments. When you invest on the Energea platform, you are investing in portfolios of many different renewable energy projects that all adhere to a common investment thesis. These portfolios are grouped together primarily based on geographic location, such as Brazil, the United States, and Africa. Each of these portfolios are set up as completely separate entities whose sole purpose is to own the projects associated with the portfolio. This is important for 2 primary reasons. First, these portfolio companies are separate legal entities from the parent company of Energea. If something were to happen to Energea, you would still own direct equity in these projects. Second, connecting investors directly to the projects doesn't allow for anything to dilute investment returns. After operating expenses are paid on each of the projects within a portfolio, we return 100% of the proceeds each month to the portfolio investors in the form of a monthly dividend. Each project company is set up as a single-purpose entity. Project expenses and revenues are never commingled across projects. Each project pays its own operating expenses and delivers the remaining revenue to the portfolio company. Those revenues are then distributed to the portfolio investors pro rata. Now that we understand the investment structure, let's look at the basic design of a renewable energy project that you would find on the Energea platform. Energea starts by evaluating the site or real estate on which to construct a project. In selecting the site, Energea may purchase or lease the land on which a project sits based on the situation. We carefully consider the site based on historical weather patterns as well as the location in comparison to the power grid. We obtain all the required permits and sign a contract with the local utility company, allowing us to connect the project to the power grid and distribute the electricity. We then work on a power contract that connects an energy buyer to the project. This can be a large corporate energy buyer or a group of small businesses and residential consumers. These energy buyers typically will enjoy a 10 to 20% savings off of their electricity bill. Energea will also carefully examine the creditworthiness of the energy buyer during this stage. After we have the site selected and an energy buyer contracted, we will begin development and construction of the project. Energea will hire a third-party company to construct and build the project. In the final stage, we will find a local company to provide operational support to maintain the project on an ongoing basis. If a solar module needs repair or we have an issue with the interconnection to the power grid, this partner will have boots on the ground to minimize downtime and ensure the consistent production of power. Now let's take a minute to watch what one of these projects looks like in action.
Community solar is a way to develop solar projects that makes economic sense for all stakeholders, from small businesses and homeowners to the utility companies and the project investors. It's a popular policy in markets that are developing resilient, carbon-free energy systems. There's an excellent example of community solar working in Minas Gerais, Brazil. Here, hundreds of thousands of homeowners and small businesses are subscribing to enjoy discounted energy produced by large, nearby solar plants. It's a new way to look at home and small business solar, where the solar panels are installed on depleted agricultural land or the arid northeast part of the state instead of rooftops. Customers learn about the advantages of community solar through our marketing partnerships, such as the National League soccer team in Minas Gerais, Cruzeiro Football Club. Once aware of this cost-saving green energy, they self-enroll online. The benefit of community solar is a privilege of customers that abide by a subscription agreement. We can replace any defaulting customer with another subscriber who wishes to save 10 to 20% on electricity costs just by signing up. So, a community of U.S. investors can partner with a community of Brazilian energy users in a common effort to combat climate change. A poignant reminder that we're all members of one community. Own your piece of a carbon-free world.
The investments available on the Energea platform are designed to provide long-term, contracted dividend yields to our investors. We believe the true value of an investment can only be calculated by measuring both its environmental impact as well as its financial return. Here you will see a hypothetical $10,000 investment into our community solar in Brazil portfolio, which is currently available for investment on the Energea platform. Our complex financial modeling software considers all contracted revenues, subtracts any operating expenses for the life of the project, and then carefully makes an estimation of expected returns. As you can see here, we are currently projecting a return of just over 16% on this portfolio of solar projects in Brazil. Once you create an account and make your first investment on the Energea platform, you will be directed to your dashboard. Here you can view the actual performance of your investments. This is a snapshot of the performance for my own personal investments here at Energea. And as you can see, we show your actual rate of return as well as some environmental metrics to help you evaluate the true impact of your investments. One of the cornerstones of investing is diversification. Renewable energy investments can help everyone properly diversify their investment portfolio, making them more resilient over long time horizons. Investors have historically turned to the bond market to diversify against equity risk, but recently doing so has become more and more challenging. This graph shows that in early 2020, the entire U.S. Treasury curve dipped below 1% for the first time in history. While yields have recovered slightly, the 30-year Treasury yield is still hovering around 2.25%. These low yields have sent investors looking for new sources of yield to help to diversify portfolios and solidify returns. This all begs the question, as the search for yield becomes increasingly difficult, where are investors turning for diversification from overpriced equity markets? The answer is alternatives. Alternative investments can include real estate, private equity, real assets, energy infrastructure, cryptocurrency, and even collectibles such as art. As you can see from the graph, investments into alternative assets have soared of late. In 2004, $2.5 trillion were invested into alternative investments. In 2012, that number had more than doubled to $6.4 trillion. And as of last year, alternative investments represented over $15 trillion of the total investment universe. Alternative investments are traditionally non-correlated to equity markets and can provide excellent diversification to any investment portfolio. They are also a great hedge against inflation, and in the case of Energea's renewable energy investments, represent true impact investments generating both strong financial and environmental returns. Many have referred to solar as the new modern-day green bond, and we couldn't agree more. At Energea, we built an online investment platform that allows everyone to easily create an account and invest in renewable energy projects. Together, we can make a choice with our collective investment dollars to not only help ensure a better world for generations to come, but also create more secure financial futures for ourselves.
Our mission at Energea is to empower individuals to invest in renewable energy in response to the climate crisis. So we built a digital marketplace that connects investors to renewable energy projects. We assemble projects with similar characteristics into portfolios and sell stock in the portfolios through the digital platform. To buy stock in these renewable energy projects, first, create an account. Then, use the platform to view Energea's project inventory. Perform your due diligence and select investments you prefer. By investing in multiple portfolios and projects, you reduce risk through diversification. As the projects are turned on and produce electricity, they sell that electricity under long-term contracts. Cash flow is first used to pay the project's operating expenses, and the remainder is distributed to shareholders pro rata. Investing in these projects will not only give you great long-term dividends, but will help ensure a more sustainable future for generations to come. Own your piece of a carbon-free world.
That concludes today's webinar. Thank you for joining us for today's event. We look forward to staying connected with each and every one of you. Please take a moment to make note of my contact information. We would encourage all of you to visit our website at energea.com, create an account by simply entering an email and creating a password. You can also book a meeting with me by clicking the link on your screen now. I would love to answer any questions you might have. Thanks again for your time, and we look forward to staying in touch with you in the future.